we both just kind of looked at each other, and we both started crying, and you just don't think that you're ever going to hear that word, cancer. But we left there, and we got in the car, and we prayed, and said, God's got this. It's in His hands now. And so we just trusted Him that He was going to take us each step of this journey together. My name is Becky.
And my name is Roger Gafken. Hear our story. We've been involved in the Christian school ministry for over 35 years, and we've been married over 44 years now. We have 5 grown adult children, and they've always been able to be in Christian schools where I've been the principal. And so we've always had, we've always had the love of ministry, been involved in church. God has always been first place in our family. And so we've trusted Him through thick and thin. And so it's been a journey, but it's been a fabulous journey that we've been on.
It was in August of 2016. It was the beginning of the school year. My husband was getting ready for teacher in service, and I had noticed some strange things happening with my breast, and I thought it was something else that it wasn't, and then I noticed that it was in my underwear, and so I told my husband, and he said, well, you need to call the doctor. I said, okay, I will. So I called my doctor, and she said, come in immediately. And right there, that threw a red flag up that she wanted me in there immediately to get checked. And so I went in, got dressed, showered, went in, and they sent me immediately to get a mammogram. And the mammogram was not inclusive of what, so they weren't sure, exactly what. They saw some things that maybe looked a little strange, so they wanted me to do further testing. My feelings at that time were, I was concerned, but I thought, no, I'm not going to have cancer. There's no way I'm going to have cancer. You hear everybody else having it, but I thought, no. I actually told my husband, I said, I don't think it's cancer. It's not going to be cancer. He's just going to tell us it was just something, a little spot. There wasn't anything. It wasn't cancer. And that's when we went in to get the results, and we were sitting there waiting for the doctor to come in, both of us, and I said, I'm not really worried. He's going to tell us it's not cancer. It's not going to be cancer. I know it's not going to be cancer. And then he came in the room, and he said to us, we got the results, and he said, it is cancer.
Well, it was, it's just devastating when you hear the C word, cancer. Especially when it's your wife, your spouse, your partner for 40-some years. And now you know that you've got this big obstacle that you've got to get over. And you realize how much you need each other and how much you need God. It's one thing to tell people, God's got this. But it's another thing to really put it into practice.
After the first treatment, got home, and it was okay. Did all right, and then the medicine started kicking in, and it was. They said it would take about 2 weeks before you start losing your hair, and that was probably one of my biggest fears. A woman's crowning glory is her hair, and the thought of losing the hair and not having it, that kind of scared me. And wondered how I would feel about myself with no hair. And that was the one thing. And then started losing my appetite. Nothing tasted good. Couldn't even drink water. I mean, it was just really bad as far as the taste. And that was one of the biggest struggles for me. I remember sitting on the chair a couple times saying to my husband, I just can't do this. I just want to die. I just can't do this. Chemo is just making me sick. They said about 2 weeks it would take to lose your hair, and I started feeling just clumps of it when I comb it start falling out. And I talked to my one daughter, and I said, she had clippers. I said, just come over and just shave it off. I can't stand this. And so my daughter Charity came over, and she took her clippers out and started clipping. She said she was crying. And she shaved it off. And I showed my husband, and he just hugged me.
I had no idea what was going to, being a caregiver, what that was going to entail. I did know that once we found out that she needed to have 16 chemo treatments, I knew that I wanted to be there for each and every one of them. And so every Thursday, we went to the cancer center, and she would get hooked up for the chemo, and I would sit there with her and watch her. She'd fall asleep, and so it was difficult to watch that take place and not have any way of helping her.
I have to say, I have had the best caregiver ever. He's been by my side every day through this journey. And it's not been easy, like he said, for him, because he had a lot of responsibilities. But I couldn't ask for a better caretaker. He's been there, and it has drawn us closer. I love him more today than I could ever explain. And I just thank God for the blessing that he's been to me. It's gotten better. I have days where I'm still extremely tired, and I come home from school and take a nap. And sometimes a little bit of problem with my taste, but I've seen how God's helping me to improve every day. And although the doctors say it may take a full year before you feel totally like you're starting to feel normal, I just take each day, and I thank the Lord for each day that He's given me, and that I'm cancer free. If I could give hope to someone out there that would be going through this same thing that I've gone through, I would say take one day at a time. Seek the Lord's guidance through the doctors that He brings into your life. Weigh all your options. It's different for each and every person. Just rely on that, your family and those around you that care about you. You can do it. You can do it. Just know that you can do it by taking one day at a time. If you have the Lord, and you have family, and you have those that care about you.